Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Let's Play Warframe. I'm your host of the most, as always, Francois878, and today we are going to be talking about the final weapon in Gara's bundle, the Volnus, the new glass hammer that was released in Update 22, the Plains of Eidolon. Now, I'll be honest, I'm disappointed with this weapon. I thought it would be better. I thought it would be a gunblade, honestly. That's the main reason that I'm disappointed. We'll get into that in a few minutes, though. We're going to go over some basic stats. I'm going to throw up some build suggestions for you guys, and then we'll talk more about that. This weapon's blueprint is available from the marketplace for a stunning 20,000 credits. Build cost is moderate, nothing crazy, and you do have to be Mastery rank 4 in order to wield it. Now, this weapon is fairly unique as far as two-handed hammers go. It deals a base of 100 damage, primarily in slash, and has a 1.2 attack speed. Now, this is both one of the lowest base damages of any hammer in the game right now. Only the base Magistar has a lower damage, and it's one of, if not the highest attack speed for any hammer in the game. So that's kind of how they balance it out. Really high attack speed for kind of subpar damage. It's okay. I personally, when I swing a hammer, I want to see massive damage numbers, and I kind of expect to not be swinging it very fast. That's just the way I like my hammers. I understand that what DE was trying to do here. They were trying to make a lower damage hammer that's a lot faster and caters to people who like fast weapons. And if that's what you're into, then this weapon is great. However, it's not really for me. And it makes sense because the hammer is made of glass. And so it would make sense that it would be a bit quicker to swing. Now, some other basic stats for the weapon. It has an 18% crit chance and a 1.6 crit multiplier. They're a little below average for what I would want for a Blood Rush body count build, but that's just the meta right now. And the weapon has a stunning 30% status chance, so having a Blood Rush body count condition overload build is awesome, and that's kind of the way that I build most of my weapons now. So that's that's the way it is. If you want to run True Steel and Organ Shatter to kind of buff those crit bonuses up a little bit, and then run obviously Blood Rush body count, and that's a possibility. You can do that. You can run pretty much whatever you want, because this weapon does have a decent range, high attack speed, and slash is a primary damage type. A Maiming Strike slide build also might be a possibility. I didn't show it off in the video because when I was trying it out, it didn't. Personally, for me, it didn't really feel all that great, so it would definitely take some work and maybe even a decent riven to make it super viable, but it isn't necessarily the most outlandish idea in the entire game. Now, all that being said, the hammer is interesting. It's definitely something different that we haven't seen in the hammer slot before. It's not bad, it's just not for me. Like I said, I like my hammers to have some power behind them. I like to blast people into orbit when I hit them with a hammer, and it's just not really what you're going to be doing with this hammer. It's great because the higher attack speed plays well with getting lots of procs, which then in fact means more damage if you're using condition overload. So it's definitely a solid weapon, and it's definitely got some potential for high-end play. It's just not for me. Also, when the original concept art for this weapon was released, it showed, and I'm talking about the original concept art when Gara first was teased. I believe it was during a dev stream. But it looked more like a halberd and less like an axe or a hammer. And it looked like it had gun revolver. It looked like it had revolver parts in the blade. And so I got excited. I was like, oh, cool, we're going to get another gun blade, and it's going to be like a halberd, axe sort of themed gun blade, which makes sense because we have, a dagger pistol, we have the sword shotgun, why couldn't we have a gun blade that's also a hammer or an axe or whatever it was. And so when they showed off more, it was before TennoCon, because at TennoCon they previewed the more finished concepts, I remember now. When they showed off the more finished concepts at TennoCon, it looked much more like a normal... It looked a lot more like a normal hammer, and I was really disappointed. I thought that there could still be some gun parts in the head of the hammer, so I still held out some hope that this was going to be a feature in the weapon, and when it released, I was ultimately disappointed. But it's functional. It's definitely not the worst hammer in the game. It's definitely, like I said, something a little different. So if you want to try that out, more power to you. But that's going to about wrap it up for the Volnus. Like I said, average hammer, just not really for me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I do have a Facebook and a Twitter if you want to check those out and see all my lunatic ramblings. I also have videos on the rest of the Gara bundle, the Astilla and the Fusilier, if you want to check those out. And Gara herself, obviously. Great frame. Love her. I'll also be doing videos on the Croaker, the Dual Croaker, and the Argonac. I'm not sure how those videos are going to go exactly. I'm thinking about doing a double video with the Croakers because they're very similar. But we'll see. We'll see. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I've been your host for the most, as always, Francois878, signing off.